Hello, fourth graders. This is Mrs. Baker. This week we will be working on a boat and bus tour of the Southeast. One of the key questions that we will be able to answer at the end of our tour is, what factors have shaped the culture of the Southeast? So we started already with up here with the Northeast region. And so this week we are traveling to the Southeast region of the United States, which is down here, with the Atlantic Ocean on its east coast and Gulf of Mexico down at the south part of the Southeast. So I want you to take a look at this map. This map is actually found on page 85 in your textbook. This map shows us the different locations that we will be visiting on our tour. Those locations are highlighted with these yellow dots that you see on that page. On our tour, we will travel by a trawler, which is a type of fishing boat, a bus, a riverboat, a motorboat, and just thinking about these different locations that we're going to be going to. We're going to start in the Everglades National Park. Then we'll travel up to Cape Canaveral. After that, we travel up north to Jamestown, Virginia. Then to the Appalachian Mountains, on to Memphis, Tennessee, all the way down to New Orleans in Louisiana, out to an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico, back up to New Orleans, up to Natchez, Mississippi, visiting a plantation. And our final stop is the capital of Alabama, which is Montgomery. So I want you to take a little look here on this page. This is right in your textbook on page 84. And I want you to look at the collage of images from the Southeast. If you could take a trip to any one of these places, which one would you choose? We have the Appalachian Mountains, Miami in Florida. These gators are in a lot of places in the South, cities, and a nice riverboat, which we also see here in Stillwater on the St. Croix River. The key social studies terms that we'll be learning about in this lesson are swamp, savanna, hurricane, mineral, strip mine, delta, bayou, petroleum, plantation, segregation, and abstract. On this tour, you will see and learn about 9 different sites that we pointed out on the map. Here we have the Everglades, Jamestown, Appalachian Mountains, oil rig in Gulf of Mexico. This one on the bottom is Civil Rights Memorial in Montgomery, Alabama. We have the riverboat in Memphis, Tennessee, Cape Canaveral, the JFK Space Center, and then New Orleans, and then the Natchez Plantation. So you're going to need 2 things in front of you during this tour. The first thing that you're going to need is your social studies workbook. It's that gray social studies interactive notebook that you brought home with you, and you will need to be open to page 46. On this page, as we visit each site, we're going to stop and we're going to keep track of all of the places that we visited, tracing our route and drawing a little symbol that helps us remember something that we learned about from that site. So you'll need that workbook, page 46, and you will also need your textbook starting on page 86. And this is where that map is, where we can refer back to so that we can complete our very own map. If you need to go get those now, go ahead, pause your video and come right back. Okay, so hopefully you have your textbook and your workbook in front of you. We are open to page 86 in our textbook. And we have Mr. Davis. He is going to be our tour guide as we take our tour through the Southeast. So please follow along in your book as we listen.
Hello, I'm Mr. Davis. You can probably tell from my uniform that I'm a park ranger. As part of my job, I get to take groups like yours on tours. Usually, I lead short walking tours. This trip is special. Over the next few days, we'll use a bus and 3 different kinds of boats to tour the Southeast. We will sail on a fishing trawler from Florida to Virginia. From there, we'll take a big bus and cross the Appalachian Mountains. Then we'll board an old-time riverboat and sail down the Mississippi River to the port of New Orleans. A port is a place where ships load and unload their goods. We'll take a short motorboat ride to an oil rig in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. Then it's back on board the bus for our final 2 stops. As we travel, keep your eyes, ears, and minds wide open. Notice the land and how it is used in different ways. Listen for the sounds and music of this region. Think about how the Southeast has changed over time. The captain says he's ready, so put on your life jackets and let's go.
Okay, so as I said before, as we move from site to site on the tour, you will use this map on page 46 of your workbook to draw the route. So we're actually going to do this together because I'm not sure everyone has done this yet. But our first stop will be the Everglades. And so after we listen to the Everglades, we will draw our symbol down here along with labeling it. So we'll get back to our tour. You're going to have to skip ahead just a couple pages in your textbook